2,000 years ago, I fought my way out of that cave, became Iron Man. Realized I loved you. I know I said no more surprises, but one last one.
The world has changed. None of us can go back. All we can do is our best. And sometimes the best that we can do is to start over.
I will be back here. I will be back here. And I will be back with vengeance.
I saw all these people die. I keep telling everybody they should move on. Some do, but not us.
Even if there's a small chance, we owe this to everyone who's not in this room to try.
We will.
I'll do whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. Doing whatever it takes.
I like this one.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Give me 1 second. Why is this not? There we go. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? We're having a little bit difficult. Well, actually, I'm not. Rudy, the Rams fan, doesn't know how to come in through the door. So we're trying to figure out how to get him in through the door, Mr. Rams fan. How's everybody doing? This is your boy Niner Sickness with the Niner Sickness podcast. We're going to talk 49er football. There he is. There's a Bencito. We're going to talk 49er football, and we're going to have some fun. I'm going to bring Rudy in a few minutes now that he found where he needs to be. Go figure, Ram fans. They don't even know where to go. I gave him instructions. I held his hand. I gave him a lollipop, and the guy still doesn't know how to take it. But, hey, not everyone can be a Niner fan. We're going to talk. We're going to have fun. We're going to do everything right after this. All right, guys, there he is, Mr. Rudy from Ramilia.
Hey, what's up? What's
Report.
up?
What's up, brother?
Beto? How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. Where did you go with it? You thought you were in?
I clicked on the link and on the other link that you sent me, the first one. It was in the background. I was setting up the background, the virtual screen.
Oh yeah.
So I didn't. I just saw it spinning. So I said, "While it's doing that, let me be over here, putting the background." And then when I told you I think I'm in, it never came on. They go, "No, use the second link." That's when
No
that's what
worries.
was taking. I was like, "What the heck's going on?"
No worries. Let me fix this real quick. You know what? Hold on. You know what? Hold on. I know what to do. Give me 1 second. Let's do this so that I don't suffer here. Let me go ahead and do a placeholder. Give me a second. How's everybody doing? I hope everyone is doing well. I apologize a little bit for the inconvenience. Give me a second. Let me get this in the proper spot. And then we can get going now. Let's go ahead and put in the comments. There we go. What's up, Jimmy? Welcome, Jimmy, to the episode. We got David Corona in the house. What's up, David Corona? We got Tacky in the house. What's up, Tacky? We got Rockin' New Era 84 in the house. We got Aaron Chavez in the house. We got 49er Throwback in the house. What's up, 49er Throwback? That's got
a cool name.
Jack 42 in the house. What's up, Jack? Let's see here. Dominator 49er in the house. What's up, brother? Stockton's Lap 209. Oh, I know who this vato is. Orale, Stockton. What's up, brother? How you doing, sir? Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Rudy, I'm glad you made it in.
Thank you, man. I'm sorry it took so long.
No, it's all right. I'm glad you made it in. Give me 1 second. Let me fix this. Let me make this a little bit bigger. Because size matters. All right. Let's see. So, Rudy, are you excited for this handicap match we got going on
Yes.
on Sunday?
I'm actually going. I wasn't going, but now I am going. Got the word from my buddies, and so I'm going to be there. I'm going to be there on Sunday to see the Rams beat the Niners and go on a second win in a row in the Battle of the Backups Bowl. We won the first game of the Battle of the Backups. Now it's going to be Battle of the Backups with QB1s and more starters. So we're going on our winning streak. We're going to have 2 in a row against the Niners.
Ándale, pues, confidence. I like it. Somebody's confident. He'll have a different tune after the game, but it's all right. Let him be confident. Let him feel good. Okay. I thought you were a ticket season holder.
Well, I was a couple years ago. Yes, last year, no. When it was hard to get a season. So what happened was, we tried to get in the queue after we won the Super Bowl for the parking pass. We couldn't get it. They sold them out. We thought that we could just renew it. So whenever we went to the games, it was we had a season ticket, but we didn't have a parking pass. So it was a pain in the ass to park and have to pay for it each game, come up with the money and use your money instead of we would all just chip in for the parking pass, come in one car. So what I did was I said, you know what, I'm just going to, because it's like that. Like, let's say my other 2 buddies didn't go. Now I got to come up with $100, $150, $200 just for freaking parking without a parking pass. And that was BS. And I even emailed them. I told you that before. I emailed the Rams and I said, you know what? I'm an OG Ram fan. That's not how you treat us. We were Ram fans when they were here the first time. We should have had first dibs on renewing our parking pass. Those other people that didn't have parking passes before, it shouldn't matter. We should have first dibs because we already had it. And so anyway, so I said, you know what? I'm going to go to games that I want to go to instead. I gave up my season ticket, so now I just pick and choose what games I want to go to, and then I just piggyback with my buddies. They have the parking pass, so that's what I do now.
Okay, I got it. Man, that is expensive for parking, bro. They're
crazy. Making money all around Inglewood, man. The casino that's right there adjacent to the SoFi Stadium. That's right where the pink lot is, where the tailgating is. That's premium parking right there. And you know what they do to us? Because we're season ticket holders, and that's the casino's parking. They would make us go to the top. And they would let their customers park in the bottom. So we would have a hard time getting out after the games. And so little stuff like that. So, but yeah, I miss having the season tickets, the certain perks and stuff, but that's okay. Now I just pick and choose what games I go to.
Okay. So you're part of that 20% of Ram fans that go to Niner games, right? And Levi's?
No. Oh,
There's a guy named Alan. I forgot his first name. He's a Rams fan too. I think
yeah.
it's Alan.
Alan,
Something.
Alan Sales. Alan Sales, I think.
Yeah, Alan Sales. Yeah, me and him, we always go back and forth. And he's like, "I've gone to games there." I go, "So have I." And he's like, "It's never more Niner fans than Rams fan." I'm like, "Bro, what are you watching? What are you watching? Can you honestly agree with that? That when the Niners show up, there's more Ram fans than Niner fans, bro? Come on."
Shohei Ohtani, yes, indeed. Yeah, no. Listen, we've talked about this before, and you've kidded us about that. You guys call it Levi South and all that stuff. And props to the Niner fans for coming out, because when the Rams left to St. Louis, all there was the Raiders and the Chargers. The Niners were the team that's all these teams stayed in California. People that live in Southern California had choices to make which team they want. And there's a lot of Bronco fans. There's a lot of California's weird. There's a lot of other fans that already have teams that the Rams were gone for 20 years. And a lot of the OG Ram fans passed away that saw Roman Gabriel and the Fearsome Foursome, and the kids didn't take after the dad and then the woman who shall be nameless took this team to St. Louis, and she rubbed in the knife when they won the Super Bowl. See, I knew it was something to the effect like I knew that I made the right move in moving, something like that. So a lot of fans got bitter with that, and but now the Ram fans are returning, the new age, and so but they got to keep winning. But yeah, there's a lot of Niner fans, and there's a lot of Rams. We talked about this too. That I don't like to. I gave up my season tickets for a different reason. I explained to you why, how they were putting us through the mill with the parking, and it was a hassle for me. I said, you know what, F this. I'll watch this with my big giant TV I'm looking straight ahead at and chilling at home with my family. But I miss the games. But there's a lot of Ram fans that sell the tickets for that game, and they make twice fold, 3 times fold, and it helps pay their season ticket. There's a lot of them, because when you go to other games, there's a lot of Ram fans in the stands. There's a lot of them in the stands for other games. So it's unfortunate, it's a different age now. It's in our day, we would never think of doing that.
Yeah, so I understand you sell your tickets when the money's good because you want to pay off the rest of the tickets. But if the Niners are hated so much by Ram fans, and the Niners are that team in the NFC West that pretty much handles the Rams all the time, you would think that Ram fans would not sell their tickets to us, and they would go and support the team. So they choose the money over the faithfulness of the team.
There's it's not all Ram fans. There's a lot of the younger Ram fans, and people have to make financial decisions or they can't go. It just depends on when it comes up. But there's some Ram fans that have multiple season tickets, and they try to sell it to a Ram fan, but if you have to sell it, you have to sell it if somebody can't go. So but yeah, it is different. It is different than when me and you used to go to the games regularly, like when we were younger. We would never think of selling a game against the Rams versus Niners, but that is what it is.
Well, to be honest with you, Rudy, the Niner fans right now don't do it either. Even the younger Niner fans, our stadium, there's always more Niner fans than there is the opposing team. Now, go ahead.
We were kidding texting back and forth, but there's also a lot of bandwagon Niner fans. That's why, I call them bang bang bandwagon fans, because.
But that's in every sport, bro.
But yes, but in 2016, they couldn't even fill their own stadium. They were asking the NFL for a rent break for Santa Clara, to give them a rent break because Niner fans were reneging on their season tickets. And so that's why I get a kick out of it, and I just look at them with my eyes rolled sideways, like, where were you in 2016 when the news in San Francisco and Santa Clara was saying more empty seats? They weren't there. So that's why I get a kick out of it now, because now look at all these fans, Levi South. Yeah, where were you in 2016 when they weren't winning? So you only come out when they win then. Oh, okay. So that's the way I look at it, and there's proof. That's why I post those videos. I'm the only content creator that shows the proof, and that's for all fan bases. But you wouldn't think that with the Niner fans. We're going to go take over the stadium.
Only
where were you in 2016?
Only Niner fans show up when they're winning and not when they're losing. But if I recall, the Rams recently just won a Super Bowl. and they don't show up and fill up those seats at Showdown Stadium.
Well,
So
we
what's
talk
the
about
excuse?
this too. And I told you this, and a lot of people, you can look it up. One game does not make a season. Where Niner fans come out, I don't blame them. SoFi
every
Stadium
year.
is beautiful. But wait, SoFi Stadium is beautiful. Levi Stadium. Do you know that the Niners don't even own Levi Stadium? They rent that stadium. They rent that stadium from the Levi
That's not
Stadium
true,
Authority.
but-
Yes, they rent it. You can look it up. Who owns Levi Stadium? It'll say Levi Stadium Authority Group. That's who they rent it from. That's why in that video I sent you, it says they were asking for a rent break
But bro,
from that group.
who cares
But-
who owns it? As long as
I'm
they're
just
winning.
I'm giving you. Well, see, with me, you get not just the facts, you get the detailed facts.
Okay, does your team
Oh,
own the?
but wait.
Does your team own the stadium?
Yes,
But
Stan
you're
Kroenke
no,
owns
but
the
you're no
stadium.
longer a ticket holder because they charge you too much. So who cares if they own it?
Wait. But wait. Let's stay on topic. Let me finish. So they rent that horrible stadium. My point was this: that I don't blame Niner fans in Southern California for not. If you had a choice, what stadium would you rather go? SoFi or Levi?
Levi's, 100%.
No, well, that's you. But most of them go to SoFi, and they prove that by showing up. Now, my point is this:
They don't show
that's
up though.
what-
That's the point.
But wait, I'm talking about Niner fans. So that's one game a season that the Niner fans show up to SoFi Stadium. Did you know that since 2018, the Rams have outdrawn the Niners in fan attendance for 6 straight years? And you can look that up. You can look up fan attendance. So it's not that the Rams don't show up. The Rams do have a bigger stadium to fill than the Niners. That's a bigger stadium to fill.
So
if
why
you
don't
look it
they
up-
show up when we play you guys?
Well, that's one game, though. I don't know, but you guys should be happy that they don't. I mean, imagine.
your own team has
they
to
would
do
have a bigger
signing
home field
count.
advantage.
But
What's that?
why though? I don't get it.
I don't know. It's just it is what it is. But I just wanted to, people don't realize that the Rams have outdrawn the Niners 6 straight years, consecutive years, and the Niners have gone to how many NFC championships and Super Bowls. So and it looks pretty packed, and it is packed. But the Rams have outdrawn them. You can look it up.
When you guys come and play at Levi's, do you think we have the same issues where we can't hear our own thing because the Ram fans are taking over our stadium and we can't hear it? We have to go to silent count.
Well, that's the thing, you don't. But imagine that the Rams did that in the championship game, and they still beat you guys. Imagine being at home, and there's a lot of Niner fans.
No, the
and,
Rams didn't
we have
beat
to go
us.
to the Stanley
One
Cup.
of our players beat us, and that's the truth, bro. You like the fact check.
Sometimes the pressure is on, and you
There's,
can't take
and
the pressure.
fair
and you
enough.
drop
Fair
the-
enough. I'm not trying to take nothing away from the Rams, but the Rams didn't beat us in that game. We were running you guys out of
So
town.
Aaron Donald didn't break through and ragdoll Brunskill and on his way to ragdolling Jimmy Garoppolo.
and he
then in
did
a
that all game.
desperation
He
attempt,
did that
threw
all
the ball.
game. Every
did in the
every
fourth
good
quarter.
player, every good player has good plays, and Aaron Donald is a great player. He's gonna get his. He's gonna get his. But
Well, you
was he
act
a
like you guys
consistent-
handed us the game. You guys
We
act like you
did.
handed us the game. But that game's over. We could talk about it, but the game.
You're the
Rams
one that
won the
brought it
game,
up.
and that's what it is. No, you brought it up.
No, you did.
You were asking about the silent count, and then I said it didn't matter because we beat you guys in the championship game.
There you go.
with
So you
having
brought
that
it
thing.
up.
But I'm saying is I was making a point that it doesn't matter about that. And actually, now that I think about it, and I said this on my live stream before, because we had to go to a selling count, that actually helps us on the road because it doesn't hurt us.
So we
don't
make
really
it
have
better.
a lot of penalties on the road. It actually helps us.
You think it'll help you this Sunday?
This Sunday. Now you guys are probably going to be without Kittle. You guys are probably going to be without Shavarius Ward.
No, Kittle will play.
Kittle has a tight hamstring. He's
He'll
probably
play.
not going to play.
Ward will
so
play.
you guys,
Why
no
are you mentioning
Debo,
Ward?
No CMC. Shavarius Ward has a knee and a tight hamstring.
He'll play.
Kittle might not be there. If those guys don't play, the Rams can probably win this game going away by 10 points.
No,
The
bro.
Rams are getting some of their offensive linemen back.
It can
Matthew
be
Stafford's
just.
better
It can
than
be
Sam
Brock
Darnold.
Purdy and Ayuk Oni, and we'll still
Well,
beat
Sam
you guys.
Darnold did it. Why can't Stafford do it?
Because Sam Darnold's a better quarterback.
But we'll get into that. We'll get into that. Let's we have.
You
a
didn't hear what
lot
I
to
said,
talk
did you?
about. No.
I said Sam Darnold's a better quarterback than Matthew Stafford. That's why.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
kidding.
Well,
I'm kidding.
Kyle Shanahan was saying he was the next Steve Young or something like that. Maybe he was right.
Who? Sam Darnold.
Uh huh.
Sam Darnold's a good quarterback. He is a
Yeah,
good
he is
quarterback.
good.
He's just not
He's kind of,
consistent.
yeah.
He's good. He's hey, good for the Vikings. The Vikings go far, it'll be because of Sam Donald.
And I was talking about too the Rams game. Like whenever you play, you got to come out and perform. But I was thinking about it in my live stream. I was talking about this and I use this analogy. So you have the Detroit Lions game, the revenge game, on Monday Night Football to begin the season. You're hyped up. Here's this game. In the middle, you have the Arizona Cardinal game. That's the trap game. And then on the bookend, you have the Niner game. So Kyler Murray, we take our cap off to him. It was a one-off. He was unbelievable. We couldn't sack him. He was running around. Harrison Jr. struggled in the first game, and then he came back and had a great game. And then Cooper Kupp went out, and we couldn't get nothing on offense. But that game was sandwiched between the Detroit Lions game and the Niners game. So could have the young guys been looking forward to the Niners game? Who knows? But we'll see in this game if the Rams come out with the passion they did against the Detroit Lions, it's going to be a good game because against the Cardinals, there was no passion, there was no fire, and Kyler Murray did his thing, and he does that once or twice a year where he looks unbelievable. He looks like an MVP, and it's early, and he's not banged up. So hats off to him. They got the win, but it's sandwiched in between the two big games, Detroit and Niners.
Do you think it was Kyler Murray really played well, or do you think your defense just got exposed by a mediocre quarterback?
Well, I wouldn't say exposed because we played good against Detroit. I mean,
but Detroit
look at
just
the
lost
Niners.
at home against Tampa Bay.
Look at the Niners in the championship game. The Niners were this midget from getting blown out by this same team that the Rams
But
did
they
twice
didn't.
really good against them. No, I know, but I'm just giving you an example. This is a young team. We're not a finished product. We're not polished. So these young guys, there's no Aaron Donald. They're a veteran. Ernest Jones, our middle
And you're
linebacker,
feeling that
was the
already,
next
by the
guy.
way.
Yeah, well, we're going to have growing pains. We're going to lose more games, but luckily in the NFC, there's a lot of teams. There's no juggernaut teams. The Niners are reeling. I mean, if a couple of guys go out, they're going to be back to the pack because Brock Purdy has to show that he can score more than 17, 19 points a game without CMC, and he hasn't.
Oh,
He
he'll
hasn't
do it
shown
this
that.
Sunday.
Well, we'll see. That'll be the first time.
Yeah, he'll definitely do it this Sunday. But you're right. I do need to see Brock Purdy be able to perform. Because if he's going to be that $60 million or $55 million quarterback, but you know what? Listen, a lot of people they like to box in quarterbacks like they like the Josh Allens, they like the Patrick Mahomes, the Burrow, the Joe Burrow type of particular quarterbacks with a strong arm, the 6'3", 6'4". But one of the things that people don't realize about Brock Purdy, and listen, you can hate the Niners, you can hate the team, whatever, but if you love football, you recognize football, people that do that, they can understand Brock Purdy may lack the size. He may lack the arm strength. But what he has in anticipation, how he gets the ball where the ball needs to go, how he's not feared of a defender. He doesn't let the defenders phase him. He looks and he reads the defense, the way he distributes the ball. Those are hard things to do. A lot of great quarterbacks like Josh Allen struggle with that. I look at Joe Burrow. So, would it have been nice if he had the Trey Lance body with the ability of Brock Purdy? That'll be a great combination. But we found our quarterback, and hopefully we'll see that he can win games and put up points without Debo and CMC this Sunday, because we are going to need that from him. We're going to need him to be able to step up to do these things. But what people don't realize is that Niners draft very well in the late rounds. They draft in the 4th, 5th, 6th rounds. So even if we lose some of the key players, the Niners, as long as the Niners keep drafting the way they've been drafting and building players like Kittle, Greenlaws, and players like that, we should be okay. But Brock Purdy does need to show us that he's capable of winning and winning big when those two guys are not in the lineup.
Because he's going to take a lot of your cap. I was hearing that they actually don't have to pay him. They can franchise him, I guess, and it's not going to be as bad. So, but still, when they eventually have to pay him, because what's going to happen is if they did that, they'll save some time. But then another quarterback will just make it even a bigger mess. Somebody will get a bigger contract, and their contract will come up. But then you're going to say, okay, we're going to pay, even if it's 50 million, 55, whatever, because that's just the going rate. You're going to say buy Chavarius Ward, buy key guys in depth. The Niners will come back to the pack slowly. Hopefully, the Rams will find heir apparent to Matthew Stafford because he's got a couple more years left. But their young Rams are one of the youngest teams, fourth or sixth in the NFL average age. And the Niners are a few years older with Trent Williams and some of the key guys, Kittle. And so we have our own guys with Stafford and Cup.
It's
So
always
we'll see
easier
what
to build
happens.
around the quarterback, Rudy. It's always easier to build around the quarterback than have a good team without a quarterback. You guys have Matthew Stafford, so you guys are a good team. But once he retires, and listen, if things don't go well this year because of all the injuries, or he gets hurt, he can easily. I'm not saying he will, but for us to say there's no possibility, he could retire this offseason. And now you guys have to look for a quarterback, and that's where it can take you guys a long time to find the right quarterback. Teams, unless you're the damn Packers, where you get 3 generations of quarterbacks, and damn them for that. But it's hard to find your quarterback now. What people don't realize about the cap, Rudy, and I think you understand the cap. The Niners are going to pay Brock Purdy next year, but that's not going to be that money is not going to hurt us until the 28th, year 28. By that time, Trent Williams will be off the books. By that time, Kittle might be off the books. So Murat Parag has a way of moving the money forward and paying the players in front. So that way, as we develop players, the money gets pushed backwards, and then when those players are gone, we don't have to wear them. That money comes off the books. So the Niners will never be over the cap. They're never. Now, if players don't hit in the draft, that's where we run into problems. But as long as Matthew Stafford is on your team healthy, if he plays another 2 or 3 years, then your team can develop into a good team while we may be down a Debo. We may be down whatever. But if you happen to lose Matthew Stafford, and you guys don't find that right quarterback right away, I don't care how good your defense is. I don't care how good your players are. That quarterback is everything. And I know this by experience because when you don't have a quarterback, you can have key players everywhere, but it doesn't matter. And that should be a concern. Is Matthew Stafford able to continue to play?
The one thing about the Rams is they're different than other franchises because with Les Snead, the Rams GM, first it was F them picks. And then going all in, and every year they would say I don't remember if you said that, but Niner content creators and other people were saying the Rams are done, their future's over, and this is in 2018. We got Aqib Talib, we got Marcus Peters, Adama Sue. The Rams are done. They're not going to be able to be around. And then we did it again, and we got Von Miller, OBJ, we got Stafford. We were actually playing Stafford and golf at the same time, and then we won the Super Bowl. And my point is that we have the GM that can go out and get a free agent quarterback. Shanahan has proven with this offense that as long as you have a good running game, and now we have a stout offensive line, but once we get them, we'll be able to bear the fruits of that finally this season, that you can win with a quarterback like a Brock Purdy who can make some plays here and there and is a game manager-esque for the system. Kyle Shanahan has shown with winning with guys like Jimmy Garoppolo and Brock Purdy, guys that have decent talent, but they're not top flight quarterbacks. So McVay can do the same thing with free agency. And if Stafford was to retire, that'll be money that you can use on the books. All these guys, we have to make a tough decision with Cooper Kupp. Who knows how much money we'll have? We can always get a free agent quarterback to help us get us over the top. So I'm not really even worried about that because I trust Les Snead and Matthew Stafford Sean McVay to do what they need to do to keep the team winning.
What I noticed you say you guys could probably get a future quarterback, a free agent quarterback. But what about drafting a good one and developing? Can you coach develop players? Because it seems like
it depends because by the time, like let's say Matthew Stafford plays another couple years, if Matthew Stafford plays another couple of years, this team is going to be Super Bowl contention. This year they have a chance to be in Super Bowl contention. We just started out slow, so if Matthew Stafford is another year, another 2 years, we don't have time to develop a quarterback. We want to win now, so that's why I'm saying because look at Kyle Shanahan try to do that with Trey Lance and develop a guy. And you guys had a Super Bowl window that was open. It didn't even make any sense that they tried to do that. But and then it ended up not working out. Luckily, Brock Purdy saved them by coming. Luckily, it was Greasy was the guy that wanted Brock Purdy. It wasn't even Shanahan. And so they
that's
got
true.
him. Imagine where you guys would be without Greasy.
Did you say Bob Greasy?
No, I forgot. That's the son, right? Or the son.
No, Bob's the dad.
Yeah, Bob's the dad. Bob's the old guy. But yeah, the Greasy, the son, right? That's the son.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I can't think of his name right now either, but I know it's not Bob. Bob's like, I don't even know Bob's alive, to be honest with you.
I don't know either. It's. I just remember from back in the day.
He was
with the glasses, the quarterback with the glasses, right?
Yeah, the guy with the glasses. Listen, one thing we do know, bro, is that the Rams and the Niners, they come back from a rich history. They both have been dominant. They both have been mediocre, and they both have at times sucked. And you guys have a lot of Hall of Famers. I was looking at the Hall of Fame, how many Hall of Fames the Niners have put up in the Hall of Fame, and we put up 29, and you guys put up 33. So you're leading the pack there.
Well, the one thing I'm going to tell you, Beto, before I forget, because we're old guys, I'll forget.
Don't add me to that excuse, bro. You forget,
but I forget.
Just kidding.
But I get mad because the Rams. Well, I think a lot of it's because of the woman who shall be nameless was owner for a long time, but there's and all teams can say this, but like, okay, for instance, you guys got Patrick Willis into the Hall of Fame. He just, and props to him, he deserves it, right? He was an all-time great linebacker. There's another guy that the Rams have and that doesn't get no love across the thing, and he's a Super Bowl champion, and that's London Fletcher. He was more durable. He has more. I mean, if you look at the beginning of their careers between Patrick Willis and London Fletcher either has more stats or better stats than Patrick Willis, and he played longer. But you don't hear nobody climbing for him to go to the Hall of Fame. And if you look at his career compared to Ray Lewis, the same thing. That guy should be in the Hall of Fame along with like Steven Jackson, along with Torrey Holt. Look at what they're BSing with Torrey Holt. The last piece of the greatest show on turf. All the rest of the guys are in there. They put in Devin Hester instead. I mean, who are these idiots that vote for the Hall of Fame? They're, like you were saying, we have a lot of Hall of Famers, but we also Henry Ellard. When Henry Ellard retired, he was in the top 3 in passing receiving yards. Top 3. That was before all the pass happy offensive of nowadays. So we could have more. We should have more. But yeah, it's frustrating because. A lot of people like the 49ers with the 5 Super Bowls with Eddie DeBarlo. A lot of them grew up that way, and a lot of the people that are voting are Niner fans, and they vote accordingly. Not saying that he doesn't deserve it, but a guy like a London Fletcher should be in there as well, just on his stats, and he's a Super Bowl champion linebacker. So it's
Roger Craig should be in there, and he's not.
Roger Craig should be in there. I'm surprised he's not in there.
Yep. So I'm with you. I hear you, bro. I hear you.
But the thing about Torrey Holt, though, is crazy. Forget the other guys for a second.
Torrey Holt's not in there?
He's not in there. This year, it's going on 3 years where he became just back-to-back years a finalist. He should have been at least, maybe not the first time, the second time. That's fine. Devin Hester was the receiver they picked over Torrey Holt.
They did that because of special teams, but that's crazy. Torrey Holt was a heck of a receiver.
He's the last piece of the greatest show on turf. Everybody else is in. Orlando pick up the pace. Kurt Warner, Isaac Bruce, Marshall Faulk. They're all in. They're waiting for Torrey Holt. They don't put him in there. So it's dumb. It's a popularity contest sometimes.
I got you. Real quick, let me just make a comment. Listen, I like to put everybody's comments on top. I don't get easily offended. That doesn't bother me. But when you personally attack me, that's fine if that's what you think you got to do. I think it's funny that when you call names or say names, it shows me your football IQ is no good. You don't know football. You don't know shit. If you're calling names, that means your IQ of football is really minimal. Because that's what, instead of talking about my team, why my team might suck, because of this position, because of that, or because of this stats or that stats, if you have to name call. Now, if you're going to name call me, that's fine. if you show your face and your name, then you can name call me anything you want, whether regarded. But when you hide behind no name and no picture, your comments are not going to be going up ESG. So keep that in mind. He's like,
I mean, yeah, I just want to say something. Everyone in the chat, even if you're a Niner fan, let's just keep it about teams because
read the comment, bro. Come on, read that comment, bro.
I wear jerseys too, SG.
So that's what I'm saying.
Just it's. I mean, we kind of get a lot of times we get,
and that goes to Niner fans in here too.
Yeah, just keep it about the teams. I mean,
talk shit about the Rams, talk shit about the Niners, but don't have to talk shit about us.
I want to say something too about my guy Bethel. We go at it real good, me and him. But he's my buddy. He's a good friend, and
likewise.
Also too,
and we love dogs.
He's a member of the U.S. military, a former member of the U.S. military armed
Marine.
forces. So
yes,
Marine. So I just want to let you guys know some background. So it's okay to go after teams.
I went to Desert Storm.
You can even say you're full of it. Yes. See, God bless him. So you can even say you're full of it. Niner sickness. That's fine. But the name calling, it kind of. It's I kind of
immature.
At that, Yeah, but so that's all. I mean, I don't want to. We're all grown adults. We can just say, okay, no problem.
Well, at least show your face and your name. At least
Well,
but,
I mean, because we just want to talk about football because, like I said before, it's okay to. Well, you're full of it. You don't know what you're talking about. That's fine, but just keep it about the teams. That's all. But that's all. But yeah, I should have told everyone that your accolades. Hey, all right. But yes,
I thought it was mine for a second. I go, wait a minute, mine's not in here. No, and that's fine. Listen, at the end of the day, Rudy, me, like you said, me and you, I really respect you as an individual. We talk on the phone a lot. We talk about other things other than football. You like the Rams, I like the Niners. F the Rams, F the Niners, whatever. That's football. It's just a hobby. At the end of the day, I respect Rudy quite a bit, and I respect the Ram fans as well. I'll talk shit about your team, but we're all adults, man, and name calling or calling someone an idiot or this or that. It's just it's beneath anyone. So if you want to get at me, challenge me, football. You want to challenge my IQ of football? We'll go toe to toe. If you want to break down film and tell me packages that your team ran or where my team lacks in, I'll challenge you right back. We'll talk team. But when name calling, that's beneath me. But anyway, moving on. Rudy,
props to Tommy Huxley. Fight on, baby. USC fan, Tommy Huxley.
Yeah, Tommy's amazing, man. This guy's awesome. Plays good guitar too. Some great.
Me and Tommy used to go back and forth, and then I said, you know what, this is dumb. We just talk about football because we used to. You start egging each other on.
I never got into honestly, bro. There's websites.
I did it, but then we would mostly do. But when you start like joking, and then it comes off wrong, and then I said, wait a minute, let's just talk about teams.
That's the reason why,
because it doesn't come out in text right. Like if me and you are talking, that's different. It doesn't come out in.
The best way to keep a good relationship. Listen, trash talk. That's what I was looking for. There's so many groups in Facebook. Trash talk this, trash talk. The ones that I go to, bro, are the ones that break down film, that bring statistics, that I can sit there and tell my receiver does this, your receiver does that. That's how I like to trash talk. I like to trash talk by breaking down film and explaining why I believe my team's better than your team. And I'm talking in general here, not just the Rams right now, but just trash talk. Because to me, anybody can trash talk so easily, name call, but can you break down film? Can you tell me what, I'll tell people, you're talking trash. Okay, what defense are we running right now? What are we running? And they're like, I don't know. What is your defense running? I don't know. Well, don't you know your own defense? Don't you know your own offense, what they're running? Are they in 22? Are they 11 personnel? You don't know? It's like, why are you watching football? Then just get, pom-poms. And so it's like, come on. If you're going to trash talk me, do it stat-wise. But not enough of that. The Rams do face the Niners this Sunday. We play each other every year. You guys got the best of us that one time in the playoffs, in the NFC Championship. We got you guys back in 81, I believe. So we're kind of tied up there. You went on, won the Super Bowl, and congrats to your squad. But I'm always at the present going forward. Our teams, this is where we're at. We're both hurt. You have hurt players. We have hurt players. We're going to see what our teams are made of. Both of our teams lost last week. Well, we lost. You guys got murdered, but same thing, lost. I mean, 41 points given up to that. Your defense gave up 41 points to the Cardinals. That was harsh. You're talking to yourself, Rudy, because nobody can hear you. Can't hear you. How's everybody doing in the chat, by the way? Appreciate everyone in the chat. You guys are awesome. Do your talking, man. Talk. Feel free to talk your shit in the chat. Just keep it respectful. It's all good, man. Talk your shit.
Can you hear me now?
Now I can. There you go.
Okay. I actually muted myself. So we had the Niners on our mind, and then Kyler Murray went off and we couldn't come back.
This is every fan base. Everybody hates the Philadelphia fan base, don't we? So, yeah.
No, we actually care. We like them because they
You like Philadelphia fan base?
only when they not the fan base, but the team.
That's what I'm. No, I'm talking about the fan base.
The fan base, yeah, there's something else.
Yeah, bro. They'll tell little kids if you have your little kid, they'll cuss at your kids, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now that's a complete effect.
You know who's getting up there too is the Lions fans. We were talking about that. The Lions fans and imagine if they ever do win a Super Bowl.
Really? The Lion fans are getting ridiculous like that?
Yeah. To give you an idea, in Lions Stadium when the Rams went to play them, and God bless them, fans paid to go in to say what you want, but it wasn't go Lions, we're gonna beat you, all that stuff, right? The Rams were going through the tunnel, and they have a little rope off where the fans can go. The Lions fans, where they can stand there and heckle them. They're repeating Jared Goff's name over and over again to the Rams players. The other players don't care. Say that to Stafford. They weren't even saying "Go Lions." We're gonna beat you today. They were saying Jared like a Colt. There's a video of that. I was like, that's crazy. What kind of a children of the corn stuff is that? But yeah, the other like if you say that to like somebody on defense like a Kobe Turner, he's like, okay. You don't.
Yeah,
care
they're
about
young
Jared
players.
Goff.
They don't know nothing
Yeah,
that
I
happened.
mean, that's stupid to say that. But anyway, that's why I say that they're getting bad. They want
Well, at least they were just. I mean, listen, they were just chanting Golf's name over and over again.
Yeah,
that can be
over and over.
annoying. I guess, but not bad. When they're like to your
that was
kid,
fine, but it's weird.
F you little whatever, and they cuss
Yeah,
at your
the
kids,
kids,
or I want to
yeah,
rape
nah.
you to your kid, to your 7-year-old daughter.
Yeah, that's horrible.
That's different from just repeating Golf's name, bro. Way different. They'll sit there and look at your daughter who's 7 and says, I want to rape you. But what does that got to do with football?
Hold on, I go back to Terry Adone's comment if you can.
This one here?
Yeah. Terry Dome, so you're proud of beating the Jets? The Jets are horrible. I was complaining, tongue-in-cheek and funnily, if that's a word, that why did the Rams get the Lions first game? The Ravens,
Jets are 2-1, bro. They're not horrible.
No, I know. Well, hold on. So the Rams got the Lions. Who got Kansas City the first game?
The
Who
Ravens.
played Kansas City? The Ravens and Kansas City played. Why didn't the Niners get like the Packers or somebody? Or why did the Niners get the Ravens the first game? They got the Jets. I mean, so yes, kudos for scoring 32 points against the Jets.
You play whoever's in front of you, bro. We don't do the schedule.
But he's bringing that up like they scored 32 points against a good team. Like the Jets are not good.
They have a
Aaron
top
Rodgers,
5 defense. What are you talking about?
There's only 2 games. It don't matter. Just like they have us as one of the worst defenses. We're not one of the worst defenses. But Aaron Rodgers, it was his first game back.
No, this is based off last year.
Yeah. Well, look at you guys laid an egg against the Vikings, and that's where you guys lose all the time. But
no, the Vikings just beat us.
So what is an easier game, the Jets or the Lions?
Neither. They're all hard.
No, but what is a better team, the Jets or the Lions?
The way the Jets look today, the Jets.
Are the Jets picked to go to the NFC Championship game or Super Bowl like the Lions are? No.
Actually, listen. You play the team that's in front of you, and you put up points.
I know that. But what I'm saying is, you can't flex over scoring 32 points against the Jets. especially the Jets fell apart and Aaron Rodgers was barely coming back after like 2.5 years layoff, or almost 2 years layoff. I mean, and he's like a statue. I mean, he makes Matthew Stafford look like a Michael Vick out there.
Yeah, you do what you play the team in front of you and you play your best, because any given Sunday you can lose a game.
Yeah, for sure.
And you know that you can't take teams lightly. I know what you mean. Different teams are harder to go against, but you play who you play, and you gotta beat the team ahead of you.
Well, he was just answering the comment because I said that CMC can't score over 19 points without CMC.
But
And,
you asked
that
a
is
question,
it's a
he
trip.
answered it, and then you come with another question. It's like
Well, no, they did, but the
Niners
Jets
can.
are horrible.
They did it.
The
No,
Jets
no.
aren't that good.
But see, you didn't. Okay, if you would have said the CMC, they can't score over 19 points without CMC against a good team. You just said generally.
Yeah, there you go.
And he responded.
Well,
now, if
well,
you would have
that-
said against a good team, then maybe he wouldn't have responded the way he did.
I guess
you
I'll
gotta
rephrase
you
it.
got to be careful the way you say it.
So Brock Purdy averages at less than 20 points a game without CMC, even with that one in there.
So do you consider the Rams being better than the Jets?
Yes, when we're healthy. Right now, we're not.
So this is the thing, though. And I think this is what you're going to use. If the Niners do put up more than 20 points on the Rams on Sunday, and win, and without CMC and Debo, your response, instead of giving the Niners credit and Brock, you're going to be, but they played a team that's hurt. The Niners don't listen. The Niners can't help it. Your team is hurt, just like you guys can't help that Debo's hurt or CMC. So
I have before the season, I picked us to sweep you guys, and this is when I thought both teams would be healthy. I still look at the teams and with the way you guys played against the Vikings, and Sean McVay sees that film, and the defense laid an egg against Kyler Murray, and I think that they were looking forward to the Niner game. I think that's one of the reasons. And Kyler Murray just had one of those games where he just went off, and then Cooper Kupp went off, and the air came out of our sails because he was hurt on the sidelines, it snowballed against Arizona. But those two games, Detroit and the Niners game, sandwiched in between the trap game and Arizona, which we always handle them. The Rams are like 10-1 against Arizona. It's just one of those things. You tip your hat to them, and we move on to the next week. But I think that the Rams can do an imitation of what the Vikings did, and I expect Colby Turner and Jared Verse to go off this game. I think Colby Turner is going to have a breakout. He's going to push that middle, and Byron Young and Verse are going to feast on Brock Purdy, and Stafford is going to get the ball out of his hands quick. We're going to run with Blake Corum and Kyron Williams, and we have to make sure that we get out to a lead, and that way Brock Purdy's playing from behind. We'll see what happens.
You have to face your boy who retired every year. Okay? He's not going to play Aaron Donald. We can care less who's coming through that front. As long as it ain't Aaron Donald, bro. It does, and you don't think we're going to do the same to Matthew Stafford with Leonard Floyd?
He's seen it before.
With Nick Bosa, and both of our Malik Collins is playing really good.
We're going to run at Bosa. Bosa's going to do an ole like he always does. The running back goes right by him. What Bosa is a specialty rusher. He doesn't play the run good. We'll run right at him. He'll do an ole.
That kind of shows that you don't know your football, Rudy.
No, I can tell you.
He's a good edge rusher.
20 videos of him doing
he sets the edge.
Well, where was he last week?
But that's last. See, that's the thing. You get caught up in the moment. We're talking about in general.
Okay, let me speak to this to you.
Aaron Donald, every game he played, he had a good game. No.
When I see Bosa, he's doing the ole. When I saw in the Super Bowl, he was doing the ole.
And you watch every Niner game, every single Niner game.
I watched the games against the Rams, and I watched the Super Bowl and
and that just shows how smart that is, because unless you watch the game, if you told me I watched the Niner every single Niner game, and then you make that statement about Bosa, that I got to listen to you. But when you watch 2 games a year, you're going to tell me that Bosa does this wrong? That's not very smart commentating, bro.
We will see. And I will show you a video of about 5 or 6 Olays.
Show me every game that he does that, or show me that he does that more than he doesn't.
I'm worried about our team. Our team is different. We have different personnel. we're missing like a Steve Avila. We're missing our starting. He's lucky that we're missing those guys. 'Cause
Why is he lucky?
The last game, what's that?
Why would he? Why is he? He would destroy no matter who you had in front of him.
Well, he wasn't. He didn't do that when we played the battle of the backups. You guys played your starters, and
No, we
Puka
didn't. We
Nacua
played, you just
got that
listen.
touchdown.
Listen to yourself. He didn't do it when we played the battle of the backups. This is what you said. And he played, and you guys play your starters.
You played.
Which is
he
it?
played into the third quarter.
No, he didn't. Go watch
You were
that
in my
tape,
stream. You were in my
watch that
stream when
tape.
I showed you the video.
bro.
This is why we should have had it on my channel so I could show you proof.
You can still show me. Bring it on.
Let me see. I don't know. Let's see.
I
Do
brought
have
it. I
Let's
brought you
see.
on my channel because honestly, with all due respect, your internet sucks.
Let's see.
Otherwise, I would have went on your channel.
well,
You are
I-
on your channel, by the way.
Let's see. No, I'm talking about so I can have it queued up on the lineup. I have to look for it.
Anyway, let's talk
what's
about the
it-
game that's happening
but
this
anyway,
Sunday because that doesn't really matter.
The Niners starters played into the third quarter when Puka Nacua, and it wasn't all the starters, but you had Bosa rushing. Fred Warner was in there. They were so hyped up to stop Puka Nacua from getting the record. And
That was
Travarius
just the first
Ward played.
quarter.
That was the third quarter, and Travarius Ward got a touchdown. I have that clip, and I played it yesterday. I even said, look, they said it was a battle of the backups, and it was for the most part. But look here, Puka Nacua is going to touchdown. That's Ward. He burned Ward. Look on
Okay.
the bottom. There's Bosa. Look in
Our
the middle.
starters
There's
are playing
Ward.
this Sunday,
That's
right?
the third quarter.
So let's find out who wins this Sunday. Who
It's
cares
battle
about
of the
last
backups
year?
too, with some starters. So we're gonna.
No.
The Rams gonna go to 2-0. We have one streak going.
Injuries doesn't count.
2-0.
They're all starters. Start when you don't want to play your starters because they're healthy, because you're trying to preserve a game. That's backups. When you're playing teams in position of people that are hurt, these still guys are still starters when they're in there. So it's not the same thing. You're playing your starters against our starter this weekend because our backups, whoever's in there, is our starters. Because they're starting, right? Mm-hmm. So, if you don't have good backup starters, that's on your team. Like we got Mason. He's been doing a good job for
Yep.
CMC.
Who's the backup running back?
He is
Who's the backup of him though? Who's the second running back?
Isaac
The
Garindo.
third running back. Oh, okay. He's pretty good, I think, isn't he? He's young.
He's a rookie. He hasn't played
Okay.
because Elijah Mitchell, who is it's CMC, Elijah Mitchell, then Jordan Mason. Jordan Mason right now is our third running back, but Elijah Mitchell has been put on IR for the year before the
that's
season
what it
starts.
was.
So
I
Mason became backup to
I can't
CMC.
mention Elijah Mitchell, but I meant Mason
I
is
know.
the guy that's playing now.
I
right?
watched
Yeah,
that
okay.
video. I'm like, I know he means
I meant
Mason.
I meant Mason.
Yeah, you keep saying Elijah, but I know what you meant.
Yeah.
I go,
Yeah, I meant
it can't be
Mason.
Elijah. He hasn't played a damn.
He's out.
Yeah, but I know
So
what you
guys
meant.
would be- so if he gets hurt, man, you guys would be in trouble at running back without Mason and CMC. Hopefully CMC will be able to come back fairly soon, man. Because I mean, imagine Kyle Shanahan offense without a running game. Holy smoke!
Yeah. Well, we'll figure. The way I look at it is, I always get to that cross bridge when it happens.
Yeah, we don't want that to happen.
Mason's not hurt, so for me to worry, I don't know. Like Kyle says, we don't know if we'll be alive by Sunday. So,
Yep.
if anybody gets hurt, I mean, both of our teams are hurt. Debo's not going to play. You said Kittle might not play. Next man up. All right, let's next man up. Step up. This is what you get paid for. You got to step up. This is where you showcase your coach that you can play, so that when Kittle comes back or CMC comes back or Debo comes back, they'll bring you into the lineup. Now, we got a great receiver in the fourth round, which is Jacob Cowing. He's been impressive. Now, it's been preseason. He may get a go at it this Sunday against your team. We're getting Hufanga back. So that's good news for our defense. The USC kid, I know you like Hufanga. He's coming back. And so we're getting some key players. CMC will be fine. He'll come back after the fourth game is up. He'll be ready to go. As long as Jordan Mason is running the way he's running, there is no need to rush CMC back anytime soon.
Yeah.
If you're able
No.
to penetrate, he's been having 100-yard games, both games. If he can continue to do that, then why rush CMC? Keep him on the shelf, get it, start him halfway season, get him warmed up, and then go into the playoffs with him fresh.
And look at
That's
Terry
what I would like to do.
Terry Adone's comment here. Rams mantra: we only win Super Bowls, unlike the Niners.
Who?
Terry Adone's mantra: we can always get a new QB
Oh, I'm behind on the
to win a
comments.
Super Bowl.
You won only 2 Super Bowls in your existence.
2 Super Bowls and 2 NFL championships before
No, Rudy, let's not go there. Championships don't count.
Yes, they do.
No, they don't.
That's where we disagree. That's where we disagree.
When the Super Bowl, listen, when the Super Bowl started, didn't everybody start with 0-0? When they decided to bring in the Super Bowl into, everybody had 0-0.
No, let me ask you a question. So where were the Niners in 1945? They weren't in the league, right?
But that's not the question. The question is, what do we have right now? Do we have Super Bowls or not?
You have
Or are they still championships? Are they Super Bowls?
That was a hell of a.
So when they started the Super Bowl era, the Rams had the same opportunity that the Niners had.
Started at 0. Who said that they started at 0? They didn't start at 0.
So the Niners had 3 Super Bowls before they even played?
Let me ask you a question. So do they go back and they look at record books from that era when there wasn't Super Bowls? Yes, they do.
But you're avoiding the question that I'm asking, Rudy.
No,
when the Super Bowl was introduced, did anybody have a Super Bowl already before they played?
For instance, if we have a team in Europe, and they
answer the question though.
Do the Super Bowls not count now?
Super Bowls don't count?
Yes, they count. Everything counts. Everything in NFL history
But my question to you is, did every team start 0-0 when the Super Bowl era was introduced? Super Bowl.
No, it didn't. No, it didn't. You can't just throw away history. No, it did not.
No, you're not listening. When everybody decided we're going to go with Super Bowls now, from that point on, regardless if you had championships or not, everybody had a chance to win Super Bowls from that point on. The Rams did, the Detroit Lions did, everybody from the point that they decided to do Super Bowls, the Rams had the same opportunity that the Niners. Why you only have 2?
This is a dumb argument.
Yeah, it is, because you're not making sense.
The Rams were 2-time NFL champions before the Niners were a glint in anyone's eye.
And how many teams were back there? How many teams were back there?
We're going to call this award the Super Bowl now.
How many teams played back then, Rudy? Rudy, how many teams played back then?
It doesn't work. Well, it was harder then because there's
no. But how many teams played? It wasn't 32.
No, that's the
it was
NFL
maybe like
talent pool.
It was maybe like 10 or 11 teams.
There's 32 good teams. There's 32 teams. How many are good quarterbacks?
The point, the reason why they don't count. If the NFL decided it counted, why didn't they bring that into the NFL then?
They call it something different. Just like if they decided to have a team in Europe and they call it the World NFL Championship now, or whatever they want to call it. Does that make the Super Bowl not count? No, it doesn't. That's just a different name for the championship.
How many championships you have?
It's a different way to market it.
How many championships you have?
It's all marketing.
How
two
many
NFL championships and
no. You don't have Super Bowls. You don't have Super Bowls because you don't count those. So you only have 2 championships then.
We're 4-time NFL champions. Let's put it that way.
No.
No, yes.
So
I can tell you exactly the dates. I can tell you exactly.
If you look up Google and you say how many championships did the Niners have, they'll say 5. If you look up Google and say how many championships did the Rams have, are they going to say 4? No, they don't.
Yes, it does.
Not Super Bowl champions.
You don't erase history. It wasn't a Super Bowl back then. They didn't even know what that word was.
Rudy,
just like they didn't know what a Niner was.
They all agreed. All the owners agreed when the Super Bowl was introduced, they were all going to start fresh. Every owner agreed with that.
Yeah, so in this column, you have Super Bowls. And then we say, Niner fans, how many NFL championships do you have?
No, the fans do. But the
That's
teams.
A real column. Because they marketed.
Those got washed. Those got washed away. They got thrown away. Those championships don't count.
They do count.
No, they don't.
They're listed. Yes, they are.
Then why don't you guys have 4 rings then? Super Bowl rings.
They're not Super Bowls. They're NFL championships.
There you go. Because those 2 don't count.
They used to give away watches. They didn't have rings. They used to have pendants. They did
Why did they
different
give away
things.
watches?
They had a trophy. That's the way they did it.
Because those didn't count.
Football. I shouldn't have to teach you about NFL football.
You're
Bethel.
not
You're messing
teaching me,
up
bro.
now.
There's,
'Cause you're
trust
messing
me. You're not
You're
teaching me
arguing with the
anything.
wrong guy. I am. I look
When
like
the
it to me, I'm
Lombardi
not
Trophy
ruler
came
on
out,
and a pointer.
every
I might as well
team
put
had a
chalkboard
chance.
back there and say, look,
When the Lombardi Trophy came out, everybody had a chance to win Super Bowls.
let me ask
The
you a
actual
question.
Super Bowls.
Let me ask you a question. Is Jim Brown any good?
Yes.
Is Y.E. Tittle any good?
Yes.
Crazy Legs Hirsch?
Yes.
Norm Van Brocklin? Bob
Where
Waterfield?
are you going, bro? You're just mentioning
These
names.
are great players that won NFL championships. So you're just going to demean their history?
Yes.
You're just going to demean. Well, then
Yes.
you're wrong.
Because the
Then you're
NFL,
wrong.
because
You're
your
wrong.
owner just agreed with
They
that.
call it something else.
But you
So-
agree.
so
But your owner agreed with
they
it.
call it something else.
It's like I give. It's
so-
like I
so-
give you something and you take it back
So,
because
like,
it
let's
doesn't
say
fit
that
your narrative.
Let's say you're 90 years old and you saw your Cleveland Rams win the NFL championship in 1945. You were there in the snow or whatever it was.
It doesn't
right?
matter.
You're going to tell me that didn't count to
No,
that man?
it did
yes,
not
it
count.
did. That
No.
was the championship that was available.
If
That
the
was
Niners,
what-
if the Niners would have won championships back then, I wouldn't count those
well,
because
that's you. That
because
doesn't
I
make it right.
understand what it is to start a new. They started the whole Super Bowl from day
Yes,
one.
but you can have both. You can say, okay, now it's Super Bowls, but we also have these NFL championships.
Okay,
That
but
was
since the Super Bowl started, you
can't
guys
have
only,
Super
your
Bowls.
franchise only won two. Why
You
only
can't
two?
have Super Bowls. You can't have Super Bowls without NFL championships.
Yes, you can.
You can't. That's how the league started.
Everybody
That's how it
does.
started. You can't.
You can. The
We
NFL has.
disagree on that. We disagree on that, and I can just tell you that if you look up the record books and all that,
It doesn't
they
matter.
Keep track of it.
I'm talking about Lombardi trophies. That's all I want to see is Lombardi,
Okay, now
not
you said
watches,
Lombardi Trophy.
not
In the
watches,
Super
not
era,
candy.
That's when they came up. Well, I said NFL champions. We didn't mention Lombardi trophies. And by
But
the
that's
way,
what we do now, though, Rudy. That's
And
what
by
we
the
talk
way,
about.
those five teams-
What does your Ram play for today? What are they playing for this year? A watch or Lombardi trophy?
yes, because it's changed now. We
Okay,
were
well there you
established that.
go. It changed.
let me ask you-
so we
let me
play
ask
for
you-
we play for Lombardi trophy, not watches.
The NFL has a lot more money behind it now. It's much more. It's a higher end than it used to be. So our the NFL is everything about promoting in Super Bowl. So they came up with a silver trophy so they can promote it. That's why they did that. That's one of the reasons why they did that.
And your
Everything
Rams
is
had
about money,
opportunities to win
and
Super Bowls
rightly
at that
so.
time too. They did
Now,
it.
to give you an idea, the Niners should be kissing our boots because if it wasn't for Carol Rosenblum passing away in 1979, you would have never had Bill Walsh and Eddie DeBartolo Jr. running roughshod on the NFC because Carol Rosenblum would have stepped in and you guys wouldn't have won all those Super Bowls.
I don't know who
It
that
was
is.
The woman who shall be nameless was the owner at that time. She took over for Carol Rosenblum's team.
Why
That's
is
the
she
Rams'
nameless?
owner.
What's her actual name?
I don't mention her name no more
Why?
because she's the woman who shall be nameless.
Wait a minute. You mentioned the two championships that is history, but you will mention the owner who part of history owned your team as well. See
No, I
how
don't
how
mention
delusional you are? You only mention what you
not
want to mention,
delusional.
and you
I just don't
mention you don't
mention
mention. You don't, yeah, 'cause you don't like her, so you don't mention her. She's not part of history. But the championships, you do mention because that's what you want to hear. Bro, it doesn't work that way, bro. You want the Super Bowl champions, then you mention her name because she was your owner.
I mention what I want to mention. Nobody tells me what I'm going to mention.
Now you sound like you're having a tantrum.
The NFL championships count. Just
I
like
want
the
to
Super
play
Bowls
no
count.
matter what. Let me in.
That the NFL history started in 1981 when Bill Walsh got there. No, it didn't. The Niners were established in 1967.
If you were born after
and they
81, it
couldn't-
started
they
for
couldn't
them.
win diddly.
If you
They
were
couldn't
born,
win diddly.
anybody born after 81, it started for them. They're correct. Not you and me, because we started in the 70s.
No, I'm talking about Niner fans, period. Think that history started in
It
1981.
did.
when Bill
If they
Walsh
were
took the
born in
door.
81 and forward, that's when it started
I'm
for
not
them.
talking about born. I'm talking about Niner fans, period. You could be 70 years old. They'll still talk about the 1981 because they couldn't win nothing when they were
And you
established.
speak-
Decade after decade.
They have
couldn't do
5
anything.
Super Bowls, bro.
Yes, they caught up, and it was a hell of a 13 years.
So let me ask you, when was the last time the Niners won a
those
Super
came
Bowl?
before free
When was
agency.
the last time the Niners won a Super Bowl?
30 years ago.
In 30 years, the Niners haven't won a Super Bowl, right?
Yes.
And during that time, you guys
I
can
already
only
know what's
come up.
coming. I have
When
an
they
answer
finish,
for you.
you guys can only come up with 2 Super Bowls. Instead of taking advantage, the Niners have not won a Super Bowl in 30 years, and the Rams, they can only come up with 2.
How many
Only
have you
2
guys
Super
won?
Bowls in the
How many
absence
guys?
of the Niners.
How many Super Bowls
How
have you guys won in
pathetic!
30 years? How many have you guys won in 30 years?
But see, you like to answer a question with a question, bro. It doesn't work that way.
Well, that's the way I am.
You guys only won 2 Super Bowls in 30-year absence of the Niners. That's
It's 2
pathetic.
more than 0. It's 2 more than 0.
And 5 is more than 2.
Yes, but 4 of those came before free agency. Now,
See,
that's 1 and
who
2.
cares?
1
The
and 2.
see how hypocritical you are.
It's not
Those came before
hypocritical.
free agency, but your championships came before the Super Bowls.
You answered the question. It's
Thank
harder
you.
now with free agency.
You
The Niners can't even
you're
win
like
one.
a spoiled brat
The
that
Niners
wants to
can't
hear
even
what
win
you want to
one.
hear, and you
We've
don't hear
already talked
facts.
about this before.
You don't
The
hear about the
Niners can't
facts.
even win one. It's so easy that the Niners can't win one no more. Your franchise
They won
got
5.
busted for. Listen,
They won
your
5. We have
franchise-
more Super Bowls than the whole
Hold on.
division
Let me
combined.
know when I can talk. So let me know when I can talk.
You're
so I can
talk
restore
over
order
me.
here. So listen, your franchise got caught for manipulating the salary cap. They got busted for cheating
Who
the salary
cares?
cap.
Are you a
Wait,
cop?
no.
Are you going to
Listen
put him in
me.
jail?
Listen to me.
Are
I'm
you
telling you why your
TMZ?
franchise.
Rudy is TMZ, everyone. He is TMZ.
Listen to me. I'm making fun of your
He's
franchise.
the reason
I've been
why
doing it
Pete
too.
Daddy's in jail.
Listen, it's so hard that you guys had to cheat the salary cap and still couldn't win. You lost franchise.
They won
you lost
5.
the draft pick. You got fined. Eddie DeBarlo Jr. got caught for racketeering allegedly. Got
cares?
suspended. They
Who
kicked him out of
cares?
the NFL. He had
Who
to give his team
cares?
to his sister. All that. Well, I care because it's funny to me. That's why I make
Well,
fun of
good
them.
for you.
Listen,
It's
you guys-
funny
it's
that
so
the Rams
hard.
can't win, and they
listen,
suck.
it's-
They moved to St. Louis
It's
for so many years.
hard that you guys had to cheat and you still couldn't win. Imagine that. You had to
Imagine
cheat
that.
and you still couldn't win.
And the Rams are racist in the
Okay.
70s. They would not let a black quarterback. They traded him for a white quarterback because they're racist back then.
Did you know that in 1954 or 3, the Niners owner at that time filed one of his field coaches because he didn't know that she had a black wife, and so that's why they
Were
fired
you there?
the Niners.
Were you there?
I wasn't there. That's part of your
Then it's
history.
just fortunately. This is what you're hearing. What people say. It's just
No,
like
that's
the
part
left
of your
field
history.
always
I can
talking
send
the
you link
narrative.
if you want. I can send you the link if you want.
And who wrote that link? Were they there?
That was
I want to
reported in
hear it from the
newspaper.
person that was there. Are they still alive? That's
Yeah,
the only
but
person I
you
want to
brought
listen
that
to.
up. I'm just telling you. I mean, you're
Anybody
listen,
can
you're a
write
Niner
anything
fan,
up, bro.
But I know
I'm
a
a
lot of stuff that
superhero.
you don't even know.
I'm
Did you know that
Superman.
they were going to build? Did you know that they were going to build the Niner Stadium on a toxic waste dump before they went to Santa Clara? Did you know that? That they were trying to get them
And that matters if it's true. What does it matter?
I'm just telling you that
We're winning games. Okay,
I could
so
almost-
if we
I-
beat you
I
guys,
could
if we
almost do a
beat you
George
guys on
Lopez
Sunday,
routine on your
if we
team.
beat you guys on Sunday, does it matter that we were going to build our stadium on a way? Who
No, I'm
cares?
just giving you some fun facts to me. Those are
But
just
they're
fun
not.
facts. off the top.
They're dumb facts.
Well, because you don't like them.
I don't. Not that I don't like. I don't care.
Okay, but
If your
anyway,
team
let's
has
talk
the
about
best
teams.
stadium, I don't
I'm
care.
done making fun of your team.
I don't own the stadiums. I don't own the stadium. I don't own the Niners.
I know.
I just want to see
I know.
production on the field. I want to see my team win. I can care less if they have the best
I don't know
stadium
how
or
this
not.
came up, but I'm done making fun of your team. It's fine.
No, that's fine. What you consider fun or making fun of makes no sense to Niner fans. So in your head, you're
They
making
don't even
fun.
know about it. The
But
sad
there's
thing is
nothing
they don't
to be
even know
fun
half
about.
this
At
stuff
the end
right
of the
now, and that's
day,
a Niner fan.
we got 5 Super Bowls. And the Rams only
Yeah,
have
but
2.
They'll
Period.
be like 26-year-old and say, "Well, we got 5 Super Bowls." Yeah, but did you see one?
But okay, so then you don't
but
have 4
that's
champions.
good.
You don't have 4. You don't have 4 championships. You only have 2 then, right? Right,
You have the
Rudy?
last one. That's all I count. That's
Do
all
you
I count.
have?
That's all
Do
that
you have
matters.
4 too?
You don't have to get
Do
defensive
you
after
have
everything.
4
I know I
or
got
2?
you stirred up
Do
already.
you have 4 or 2?
That's what the Rams are going to do to the Niners on
Do
Sunday.
you
They're gonna
have
stir 'em
4
up.
or 2 championships? Do you have 4 or 2?
Four NFL championships. 2 of them I saw.
Okay.
And so the other ones I
then we
didn't.
have
There
5
you go.
Super
To answer your
Bowls. So
question.
they do count. So which is it? Do they count or they don't count?
Oh, I
It's
told
just
you they
not
count
whatever
already. I
fits
didn't
your
change my mind on
narrative.
that. I didn't change my mind on that. They do count.
Then what you say the Niners don't count.
I didn't say that, but anyway,
Even if we added your 2 championships, we still have
He saw it
more,
on Tech and Wolf.
right? Even if you added your 2 championships, we still have more than you guys. And you guys been in existence longer than us. Yes or no?
I already explained to you what happened. That's why I went into all the other stuff on you.
He can't battle me when it comes to facts, so he'll kind of divert to I already explained.
I think he would have. If me and you were in a courthouse, I would win in a landslide.
In your head, only in your head,
Listen,
you will
here's
win.
The 3 facts. Here's the 3 facts.
P. Daddy thinks he's going to win in his head, but when reality happens, he's going to be in prison for the rest of his life.
Look, how many Super Bowls have the Niners won after the free agency era in '93?
5.
How many? After '93?
5.
How many? That's a free agency era.
5.
No, that's
5.
not correct, sir. That's
5.
not correct, sir.
If I go to their stadium, they have 5 Super Bowls. That's all that matters to me. They got 5. When they won them, I don't care. They got 5.
Terry says Rudy's getting destroyed. Yeah, if it's just like the Donald Trump debate. He got destroyed.
I'm Canelo.
No, they gave her the
I am
questions.
Canelo. Bro.
Okay, let's do this. Everyone look up 93 free agency era and then see how many championships the Niners won and then tell me if
and
he's
everybody
right.
look up
If they
Super
won
Bowls
5,
only and the Rams only have 2.
Oh.
So you can't have it one way or the other, bro.
I'm having it exactly the way it should be on facts.
That's not facts, though.
We're just based on facts.
If you look up Super Bowls, there's only 2 for the Rams, but you say you have 4.
There's 2 Super Bowls. Listen to me very.
So free agency or no free agency doesn't matter.
Listen to me very carefully.
And the '94 season was after free agency. That was year 1 of free agency. So they do have 1 in free agency.
Yes, because the '94 team was already built.
It doesn't matter, but they have the thing. You ask a question, when it gets answered, you change the goalpost. Stop moving the goalpost.
I said that before.
Stop moving the goalpost, Ram fan.
Was the team already built in '94? It was all there. The only guy you guys added was Deion Sanders for the most part. Everybody else was still there. Steve Young, Jerry Rice.
But
everybody was all there.
Or wasn't it free agency?
It was a verbal contract.
Didn't it start?
Carmen Policy got in trouble for doing that stuff. So
didn't free agency start already? Didn't free agency start in that year?
Yeah, so congratulations.
And your question is how many Niners won in free agency? So they won 1.
1 in free agency.
Okay, but it's still 1. You only have 1 more than us.
Okay, and that's so the
you
Rams
got 2, we got 1 in free agency. You're so ahead of us. Oh my God.
So you agree with me that the Rams have more Super Bowls than
I never agree with you.
Good, thank you.
I don't agree with you, bro. Listen.
You just did.
It's all factual.
Yes, it is.
You come at me one way and you want to change the narrative, you want to move the goalpost, you can't.
Since free agency era than the Niners do, and that's the way that is. That is
at the end of the day, bro, you go into your facility and you only see 2 trophies. You don't see 4. You see 2.
Because they didn't have trophies in 45.
You go into the Niners facility, you see 5. Right or wrong?
Yeah. Those trophies are Eddie DeBartolo Jr.'s. He took them with him when he took his team. Those are replicas.
But there's still 5. Doesn't matter. I don't care if they're. I don't own none of them myself. I don't care if they're replicas or not.
Because you're already all stirred up.
No, I'm not stirred up, bro. I'm having fun. I'm having fun, bro. I am enjoying myself because at the end of the day, bro. No matter how much we go back and forth, we're still friends and we still have respect for one another. So none of this is personal.
Picture me and you at Levi Stadium. Oh, look at all those championships. Damn, Jerry Rice, the statue of Joe Montana. Now show me the Santa Clara case. Oh, there's an ESPY with Colin Kaepernick in there.
There's 5 Super Bowls there, bro.
But where's the Santa Clara trophy case?
So if you guys claim if you guys claim 4 Super Bowls, if you guys claim 4 championships, all 4 of them should be in your stadium, right? When you go in there, the
Rams can have a room for Cleveland. They can have a room for St. Louis. They can have a room for LA.
See how he don't. See Niner fans how he don't respond because he doesn't know how.
The Niners got it in the little corner, the little 13-year period, which was a hell of a run. But 4 of those.
Wow, I am so hurt by that, Rudy. Oh my God. They only have a little room and you have a big room. Who gives a rat ass? You have the big room. We'll have the small room. We have 5 Super Bowls. You only got 2.
Hi,
Hi,
does it happy
Mija.
now?
Is that your
Yeah, hi,
daughter?
baby. Yeah, it's my granddaughter.
Or
Hi,
your
baby.
granddaughter? So
Yeah, but anyway,
at the end of
me and Beto are going at it, but I love my guy.
yeah, and I'm not mad, bro. It's you say that I'm mad.
I'm just stirring you up.
I'm
I'm
not.
just stirring
You're
you
not
up.
even stirring me. I'm having fun.
But honestly, between me and you, Beto, okay,
I'm
I'm messing around
destroying
with
you,
you,
by the way.
but
So why
between me
would I
and
be
you,
mad?
no, I know. I'm just
If we
messing
were
with you.
going
Listen.
for the presidential right now, I'm leading the polls. Why
Yeah,
would
but
I be
listen,
mad?
listen. Okay, we calm down already. Listen. So between me and you,
Facts, baby.
if the Rams, I'm just going to tell it to you this way, and I'm no, I can't stand Trump. We're not even doing that. Okay,
He's
so
wearing his chon
okay,
chons.
so okay, so listen. Between me and you, the Rams owner at Carl Rosenblum, who I was telling you about,
Who?
he traded Carol Rosenblum.
Who's that
Sorry,
for us?
he was the Rams owner. He traded the
And what was his wife's name?
Baltimore Colts. He was our owner. He traded the Baltimore Colts franchise, who he won 2 Super Bowls, for the Ram franchise. He had the Rams winning division titles in the 70s. They got to the Super Bowl. The year they went to the Super Bowl in '79 with the Steelers,
Did they call a Super
he
Bowl?
passed. He passed away. Yeah, but wait, I'm not messing around no more. I'm giving you some facts. So
Your facts.
he passed away. But listen, okay. Well, I mean, let's just get off of
Just
that,
say
because now
your
you're all
facts,
wound
and
up. Now
I'll
you're all
listen.
butthurt. Okay, that's
No,
okay.
I'm not bitter.
You're all
Why do you
butthurt
put?
now. I'm
Wait a
trying to
minute.
be-
Why are
I'm
you
trying to
putting
be
words
honest.
in my mouth? Why
You're
do
all
you put
butthurt
words
like
in my
yourself.
mouth?
Look, that's what
Well,
my
wait a
thought.
minute. Why are you putting words in my mouth? Why are you saying I'm
Because
butthurt?
I'm trying to be serious with you, and
Oh,
you're
that's
still
fine.
butthurt
I'm not
about the
being
5
serious,
Super
but don't
Bowls.
say I'm butthurt, bro. Come on.
It's okay, man. It's okay. Let's let it go, man. I can
No,
tell.
no, no, no.
I
I'm
can
not
tell how happy you
mad.
are. You're like Donald Trump when Kamala was cooking him.
Yeah, Kamala was never cooking anything but her cats.
I said Kamala. I said Kamala.
Yeah, you
I'm
didn't even
just
say the
messing.
name
Anyway,
right.
anyway, but yeah,
Go
I can
ahead.
see
So
that you're
now,
a little,
go ahead and explain your
little.
story.
Uh,
I want to
but
interrupt.
no,
Go
it's
ahead and.
okay, man. It's okay. My
No, no,
point
no.
was this.
I want to hear it.
My point was this: that it was a perfect storm with Eddie DeBarlo Jr.
Mm-hmm.
being owner of the Niners with the great Bill Walsh, and the
Okay.
Rams had the woman who shall be nameless, who didn't pay players, who guys had a holdout like Ayuk and all them. She was
Excuses.
horrible in Los Angeles. They were lucky
Excuses.
that Carol Rosenblum wasn't there. If we would have had an owner like Stan Kroenke to go head to head against Eddie DeBarlo Jr., you wouldn't have had Wendell Tyler to
If
help
I
you win
would
a
have ate
Super
less
Bowl. You
burritos in
wouldn't
my
have had
20s, I would
Hacksaw
be
Reynolds.
thinner today.
Right. You wouldn't have had Hacksaw Reynolds to help you save that Super Bowl against the Bengals. He would have still been on the Rams. So just be happy that you got those
And you
5
know
Super
this
Bowls
how?
while the Rams
You
owner
know
was
this
the woman
how?
who shall be nameless. So just be happy. When she went to St. Louis, she had to now pay players because they had to get asses in the seats because they went to a new city. That's why they paid players over there. And they won. Guess what? You pay players, you win. They learned that. But unfortunately, they left Mike Martz in charge, and he's Kyle Shanahan Jr., and they blew some rings and left them on the table. But I just wanted to give you some facts about the Eddie DeBarlo Jr. run, that he's lucky
Bro,
that the Rams got to stay idle because they had a woman who shall be nameless
McVay
was
may
the
have a
owner.
Super Bowl, but he is no better than Kyle Shanahan is the one that taught McVay everything he knows.
That's not true.
That is very true. He comes
No,
from his tree.
John McVay does not come from his. We talked about this before. He comes from Jay Gruden.
No,
And
he
then John
doesn't.
Gruden gave him one of his first
He was
jobs.
he was
He was
under Kyle
he
Shanahan.
got hired from Kyle Shanahan's. Both Kyle Shanahan and McVay got hired in Washington with Kyle
And
Shanahan's
Kyle was the
pops.
offensive
And
coordinator.
do you know that?
Who was the offensive coordinator?
You just run into it.
Who was the offensive coordinator in
You just run
Washington?
into it. Kyle Shanahan, because his son, his dad was
Okay,
coach.
no, I don't care. See, it doesn't
But
matter
listen,
who's the owner, who's the
but
coach.
wait, that doesn't even matter to me.
Who was the offensive coordinator?
Kyle Shanahan.
And what position did McVay have?
He was quarterbacks coach. I don't remember what.
Okay,
what
and the
assistant
offensive
coach.
coordinator is the boss of those players, right? Of those coaches.
Let me
So
ask you a question.
Kyle was his boss. That's all I'm saying.
But he did. But that doesn't mean anything because he was
It
hired.
means he
before
was his
that,
boss.
by
It
John
means
Gruden.
exactly what it means.
John Gruden hired him. If you ever listen to McVay talks, he talks similar to John Gruden. But anyway, do you know who took over when Kyle Shanahan and the Papa Shanahan got fired? Sean McVay did.
Okay.
They both got fired. Sean McVay was left there. They
Did he win a
kept him.
Super Bowl there?
He moved on to the Rams. Guess who got the job for the Rams? instead
Why
of Kyle
did he
Shanahan?
move on?
Sean McVay. Guess
Why
who
did-
beat Kyle Shanahan in the championship game? Sean McVay.
The only
Guess who
reason-
has a statue? Sean McVay.
You
Guess
wanna know
who
what's
has a
fu-
ring? Sean
You know what's
McVay.
funny? The only reason why the Rams have Sean McVay is because the Niners didn't want him.
Okay, well, good for them. There's another mistake
Well, see,
they made.
but if the Niners wanted him, he would have been on the Niners, not on the Rams. But that doesn't matter. He's not on the
Rams didn't
Niners.
wanna wait
He's
for
on
Kyle
your team.
Shanahan.
That's what
They
that's why your
interviewed
little
McVay.
fantasies of what you say doesn't
Kyle
matter.
Shanahan was in the playoffs with he was too busy blowing the lead against Tom Brady in that Super Bowl. They couldn't wait for him to
And
come
who scored only
and
3
interview. They
points
hired
against the
McVay, and the
Patriots?
rest is history.
Who only scored 3 points against the Patriots in the Super Bowl?
The Rams did.
That's
Who-
it.
who-
The
who
only
was
one that
missing?
scored was your kicker.
But that doesn't matter. You guys
The
lost more
Niners
than
have
one
always
Super Bowl.
scored more than 3 points in the Super Bowl.
What does
Do
that
you know
matter?
that that's a record? There's been no team in franchise history that has scored that low in the Super Bowl but the Rams.
Yeah, did you know that Cooper Kupp didn't play? Did you know
Who
that Tom
cares?
Brady's
The next
knee
man
was
up.
messed up? It is what it is.
Those are
It's still a loss.
excuses.
Did you know that Kyle Shanahan didn't know the rules in OT and that's why you guys lost? What's worse?
He didn't know the rules?
No.
Really?
He gave the ball to Mahomes.
Oh,
Why would
because
you do that?
because he made that choice. He don't know the rules. See how idiotic that sounds, Rudy?
Yeah,
he made a call,
We established
and
that McVay has a
he
Super
doesn't
Bowl
know the
ring and a
rules.
statue, and Kyle Shanahan doesn't. Yeah, he's.
What does
cooking
that
me.
matter? We have 5 Super Bowls.
Okay.
I don't care about Kyle or McVay. Who's the better?
I know,
Who's
but
the
you-
better history team?
Beto,
The Niners.
I love you, bro, but you walk into it, man. You bring something up, and I just go boom, boom,
In
boom,
your
boom.
head, bro.
Walk into it again. Boom, 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 boom.
Nobody agrees. Okay, in the comments, let me know. Do I walk into things? Rudy has this weird thing in his own head that he's a champion of champions. He can beat up anybody. He can beat up. He'll kick anybody's ass in his
Hold on,
head.
let me-
But that's not
let- let
reality,
me-
Rudy.
let me answer
Stop
Luis's
living in your
question.
head.
Let me answer Luis's Moreno's question here. Luis, please remember this because I enjoy making fun of your team. I enjoy making fun of you fans, the Escalator gang. going
He's
down the
enjoying making fun
escalator
of our
after you
team more
lose
than he
the
likes
game.
rooting for his
I
team.
enjoy it. So that way you know. You call
He
me
talks
a
more
clown,
about
I
our
call
team
you.
on his channel than he does the Rams. Can you guys believe that?
Just
Go
so
to
he
his channel.
knows.
He talks more about the
So listen,
Niners. So in reality,
once
it's not
and
the
for all.
Ramilia, it's the Niner Amelia
Once
show.
and for all, Niner fans, listen, I like to make fun of you and your teams. Just the 30 years of material, too.
And we
So
don't need to
just
make
so
fun
you
of the
guys
Rams
know,
because
now
the
the
Rams
answer's been
suck.
the question's been
The
answered.
Rams suck. We don't need to make fun of the Rams because they suck
But
all
he
by
answered it.
themselves.
What the- You're already getting
They
upset
suck
again.
all by
I was just
themselves.
answering his question.
Why do you keep saying I'm upset, bro? Do you know me? Do you?
Because you're shouting, you're getting mad.
And you're looking stupider. Is that true?
You're getting mad.
You look stupider to me right now. Is that true?
That's all I can tell.
Why would I
don't care
assume
how I
that?
look at you, honestly.
Why
I
would
can
I
look
assume
over
you look
there.
stupider? I don't know that.
You see that banner right there? That's the Super Bowl that we went after beating you guys to the championship. Notice how I could just
Who
glance over there?
cares? That was
And just right there.
yesterday.
I
Who
do.
cares?
I do, because it was
Well,
only a
that's
couple
good.
years
Well,
ago.
good
instead of
for
30.
you. Good for you. Here. Good for you. Attention, everyone. Attention. Rudy likes to look in the past. He has a banner over his shoulder.
Rams
But
fans
how
in
many
the
rings
past?
does he
Okay.
have? How many rings do you have? How much money did you make?
What's farther in the past, 30 years or 4 years or 3 years? Who's looking in the past?
Who cares?
I'm just explaining. I just happen to see it in the background.
Who
while
cares?
we're
I got to
talking.
see 5 Super Bowls in person. You only got to see 2. Right or wrong?
I'm surprised you can remember that. I can't remember from 30 years
I
ago.
was 12
Golly.
years old. The first Super Bowl was 12.
Oh, okay.
You don't remember things when you were 12?
Oh. By the way, when are you guys going to change the hats to SC? You guys are in Santa Clara now. You're not San Francisco no more. You
And
guys
you're
are
not in
Santa
Los
Clara.
Angeles
You're in
either.
Santa
You're
Clara
in
County.
Inglewood.
I mean, the SF stands for SoFi.
Oh, wait a minute.
Plus.
Are you guys calling the Los Angeles Rams or the Inglewood Rams? Same thing, bro. You make no sense.
In the chat, I want to know if you saw a Niners Super Bowl.
Are they the
Put one in the
Rams,
chat.
the Los
I have a
Angeles Rams, or
question
the
for Niner
Inglewood
fans.
Rams?
Let
Why
me
would
know
he talk
how many
about Santa
Niner fans
Clara
actually got to
when
see
they
a
don't play in
live
Los
Super Bowl,
Angeles?
in the chat.
He doesn't know football.
Okay.
You don't, bro. You're saying that Santa Clara, you keep mentioning Santa Clara,
Santa
but
Clara
call San
Niners.
Francisco, but you guys play in Inglewood, and you guys are Los Angeles.
Inglewood's
Same
in
thing.
LA County. Inglewood's in LA County, brother.
Who
It's right
cares?
across from the Fabulous Forum. What
But
you
it's not
just
in
mentioned-
LA.
You're giving alternate facts.
They can play in Japan and be called the San Francisco 49ers. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me.
I know, but I'm just saying. I'm just asking a question.
As long as they're winning, they can be called the Pendejo Niners. And as long as they're winning, I'm happy. I don't care what they're called. You get it too you make it too personal.
Let's get into the game now because you're
Please.
getting a little upset, Beto.
Bro, I'm not upset. I'm getting upset that you keep saying that I'm upset.
I was talking to Luis, and you were getting all mad.
Why you have I cursed?
But you were cutting me off, and I was talking to him. I was
okay. Then I was being rude, but I wasn't being mad. Understand the difference between being rude and being mad. Two different things.
Somebody's talking to somebody else, and somebody's trying to defend the other guy because they're mad at what I said. That's what's happening.
Okay, if you're Dr. Ruth, then you know everything.
Dr. Ruth, she's a sexual thing.
Well, Dr. Ruth, she's still a doctor. And the fact that you know she's a sexual thing, that means you used to watch her.
She used to be on, who was it?
Because I just said her name, but I don't know what she's about.
Matter of fact, it's funny that you bring up Dr. Ruth. Isn't that about the time she used to come on TV and then you guys won the Super Bowl about 30 years ago?
I never watched her, bro.
I know, but that's a reference that you made from about 30 years ago. You're going to bring up Where's the Beef Lady from the old Burger King commercials.
But I got to watch it. It doesn't matter when I watched it. I watched 5 Super Bowls.
Okay,
I got to enjoy 5 victories in San Francisco. I got to go to 5 parades in my lifetime. That doesn't ever change.
No, for sure. But nobody even mentioned that.
That's history.
I didn't mention that. I didn't mention that.
All I know is you got to, in your lifetime, you only got to watch 2 championships, and I got to watch 5, 3 more than you. And you're older than me. That means my team is better than yours. Because they gave me 3. They gave me 3 more opportunities than your team gave you in our lifetime.
My teams my LA teams are not.
Are you older than me? Yes or no?
The Dodgers, the Lakers, the Rams.
No. We're talking just football. Just football, bro.
I'm not starting
just
for
football,
just because
bro.
One team has more doesn't matter. I got to see the last 2. I don't have to hearken way back.
Bro, we're talking football. Keep it football, bro. This is a football channel. Keep it football.
Sorry, Dome, you're just biased.
Why is he? See, as long as he don't like what you say, you either biased, you're mad.
True.
Bro, are you educated? Rudy, are you educated?
It's like if I say, see this right here?
What is your IQ?
Right?
4?
And then Beto says, no, it's red. Terry,
what is your IQ? 4? Does Niner fans, does Rudy look smart to you? Does he look like he graduated high school?
So now you're going to insult me. So you just... Okay, look, I'm
asking questions.
We're still friends, but I'm going to treat you like a friend that's acting up. If you don't want people making fun of you in the comments, then don't try to insult me on here.
You insult me by saying, you're insulting me. You're insulting me by keep saying that I'm mad.
Don't get me going.
You keep insulting me by you keep insulting me.
I'm just talking
I told you over and over, don't say I'm mad, and you keep saying that. That's insulting to me.
People can see
that's insulting to me.
The way the conversation is going and how I'm manipulating the conversation
insulting
when it comes
to
the intellect. So don't try to do.
That's insulting to me. You say that, it's insulting.
Bringing stuff up, but I'm hitting you with facts and you don't like it. So that's just the way that is.
But I keep telling you, don't say that I'm mad, and you keep doing it.
Don't open the
That's not respecting me.
If you don't want to get
you only hear what you want to hear, Rudy. You only hear what you want to hear.
It is what it is, man.
I keep telling you. Don't say I'm mad, and you keep saying I'm mad.
Okay.
Now look who's mad.
Let's summarize.
Now look who's mad.
I told you that the Niners 5 Super Bowls, 4 of those came before free agency. That's true.
But it doesn't matter, Rudy.
Well, listen, you're saying that I'm not
talk about this Sunday.
Everything I said.
Let's talk about this Sunday. Who cares about
That's
yesterday?
That's what I'm trying to do. You keep
but you're not doing
stuff
it, though. I'm trying to lose weight, but it doesn't mean I do it successfully. You're trying to get to talk about this game, but you're not doing it. Let's talk about this game. All I'm saying is I'll apologize for saying the comments that I made. I'll apologize to you. But I keep telling you not to say that I'm mad, and you don't do that. And I haven't heard an apology from you. But I apologize to you.
What? You're the one who's trying to say, does he look
I keep telling you not to say that I'm mad. And you keep saying that I'm mad, so you don't apologize for that.
I can hear myself talk, and I can hear your replies, so I don't need to.
See, so he will not apologize.
You can see it for yourself.
All right, bro. So let's talk about the game and move on, bro. Because
Okay, yes, let's talk
you're
about
being
the game.
disrespectful more than you think that I'm being disrespectful to you.
Hey, listen, I got you're the one who
I
said about
admitted
the
that I did
intelligence
wrong.
master
I
chat.
apologize.
So it is
You're not
what it
mad
is,
enough to
man.
apologize to me.
Why should I apologize? You're the one who said that
Oh,
about in the
okay.
chat. You
And
asked
you're
your chat. Listen, you asked your chat. Does Rudy look intelligent? Now you think I should have? Like, come on, dude.
bro,
Come
you're in
on
your
now.
feelings.
We're friends, but even
You're
my
in your
friends
feelings.
get
You're in your feelings.
listen,
You're in your
my
feelings.
friends.
You're in
If
your
my
feelings.
you're my friend, but when you're out of line, I let you know.
And you're
I'm letting you
out of
know.
line too, and I
So
let
if
you know,
don't
but you
like
don't
my
listen.
reply, if you don't like my reply, then don't get butthurt when I come back at you.
I'm not
You're
the one that's butthurt.
because you're the one who
You're
said
the
that.
one that's
Now,
butthurt. Does he
everything I
look
said
smart?
is fact.
There you go.
It
'Cause
doesn't
you-
matter. Of course, you're asking Niner fans who come to Dodger games with the McCaffrey jersey and an
What
LA
does that
Dodger
got to
cap
do with
on,
it?
if
That's
I look smart,
baseball.
get out of here.
This is why I question your IQ. That is baseball. It's a different sport.
I'm just giving you
I
an
like the
example,
Lakers,
man.
and I'm from the Northern Bay.
You're talking the Niner
Who
fans that
cares?
come to SoFi Stadium and then the Escalator gang,
But
and
it's
they're
a
all happy because
different
they lost in the
game.
championship game.
If they were wearing half Rams and half Niners, then you can talk your shit. Then you're
No,
like,
Rocky Nora, you don't know
but
me
if they're
very
wearing
well.
the Dodgers and Niners, that's two different games, two different
All
sports.
right.
I mean, who cares, bro?
You do.
I don't
Clearly you
care.
do. You
I
got
don't
so
care.
mad that you're going off
There you
topic and
see,
saying, does
there
Rudy
you're
look
doing it. You know what,
intelligent?
bro?
Because he's roasting me.
All right, I can't have enough. The dude doesn't know how to respect me. I keep telling him, don't say that I'm mad. You see it yourself. I say, don't say that I'm mad. Don't say that I'm mad. And he keeps repeating over and over, I am mad. I am mad. The man does not know how to give respect. He wants me to respect him, but he doesn't know how to respect me. I can't deal with someone that doesn't know how to respect. Anyway, I was hoping to talk about the game on Sunday. Obviously, I can't talk to Rudy because Rudy takes things way too personal. He's not man enough to apologize when he's wrong. I apologize to him. I said, Rudy, I'm sorry for what I said. I apologize to Rudy. I'm sorry for what he couldn't apologize to me. So, anyway, guys, Niners are going to win on Sunday. The Niners winning on Sunday. Go Niners. I apologize ahead of time if we were barking back and forth, if we were yelling at each other back and forth, being immature. I apologize for that. That wasn't my intention. But yeah, bro. And I let him go because it's best to let someone go before you say something that you can't take back. Rudy's my friend. Rudy's a cool dude. And the funny thing is, when we talk about dogs and cats and other stuff, we get along very, very good. I guess when it comes to football, it sounds like he wants to be better than me and know more than me. And I don't care about that. That doesn't matter to me. You know what I mean? So I love Rudy. I respect Rudy with all my heart. I respect him. I love the dude. But I decided to move on tonight because I didn't want to say something that I may regret. And it's better not to say anything than to say something negative. But Rudy's the best. Good night, everyone. Thank you for joining the show. Go Niners. The Niners will beat down the Rams. The Rams will lose. And the Rams only have 2 championships. They don't have 4. They only got 2. People want to include championship games before the Super Bowl. Well, what people don't realize is that when the Super Bowl started, okay, when everybody got together, when all the teams got together and they said, from this day on, from this moment on, we're going to call it a Super Bowl, right? Every team had the equal opportunity to win Super Bowls. The Rams had the same opportunities than the Niners, than the Packers, than the Bears, than the Lions, than the Cardinals. Every team started 0-0. The Niners won 5. when the Super Bowl started, and the Rams only won 2. That's the reality of it. That is the reality. Every team had the chance from day one to build a good team and win Super Bowls. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Have a wonderful night. Good night. God bless. And enjoy the game on Sunday. Niners, handle your business. Take care of what you got to take care of. And beat those complaining, sorry ass lambs. Peace. Go Niners.